what's going on, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time today to hang out with me. I really appreciate it. And today I'm doing a video that I don't think I've ever done before, where basically I talk about this upcoming set, and I talk about cards that I have predictions about, cards that I think have a good chance of being reprinted. Some of them are selfish, like I just really want these, like, oh, I want all of these being reprinted, but these are cards that I think could have a good chance of showing up in Commander. What is this? Is this Commander Masters? Y'all, I have no idea. Commander Masters, yeah. I'm really excited about this set. There have been a couple of things that are already spoiled at the time that I'm filming this, like the Jeweled Lotus, which I would love to own for Angels. Fun story about the Jeweled Lotus actually is when Paul and I got married, our friend Chuck gave us a foil Jeweled Lotus because he literally had like 7 laying around. It's a casual card, you know. For the foil, it was like $100. It's like a casual $100 card to have laying around. But he was like, yeah, I have like 7 of these. So he gave us one. It went to Paul. And so when we opened one in our box that we had actually filmed, I don't remember what set we opened up a Jeweled Lotus. I got it, but it's not foil. And Paul's like, do you want to trade? I was like, no, it's fine. But I really do want to get a Jeweled Lotus from this set. I think they're all absolutely stunning, so I would love to see that. But anyways, and yeah, let me know what you guys think of this video. Let me know what cards you're suspecting might get a reprint. We're going to be doing a little like typey type over here so I can see. I do have Zelda with me. She's here. I call her my little buddy because like she just loves to be in my office with me. She's super into whatever I'm doing, and it's honestly adorable. And who am I to tell her that she cannot be here? You know what I'm saying? And if you get a cute shot of cat in the background, there are worse things in the world. Okay, let's start off by talking about my friend and yours, which is doubling season. Now, here's what I will say. And the reason I'm typing is because I'm looking it up on TCG Player to see how many times this card has been reprinted and the price at the time that I'm filming this. One thing that I will say is Paul and I were talking about this card, and he was like, I think doubling season does have a good chance of getting reprinted in a future set, but they might do it, for example, in Modern Horizons, or no, sorry, Double Masters, a future Double Masters, or Battle Bond 2. And if you know me, you know that I love Battle Bond. It's one of my favorite sets of all time. When are we getting Battle Bond 2? I don't know. That's a great question. Anyone got insider knowledge on that? Let me know. Is it coming? I hope so. Every year I'm like, predictions is going to happen. No, it hasn't happened. I think that this would be a really great component for that. And so Paul was originally like, I don't think it'll be in this set, because if they're going to do that in the future, like for example, next year, I could see that happening. And I think that that's a really great prediction. But if those things are not on the table, which I think is kind of silly, because correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Battle Bond did really well and everybody loved it. Or maybe it was just me. I don't know. But anyways, doubling season, it's a great card. I would love to own. I think I have one. Do I have one in? Yeah, because I had one left over when I had Super Friends a really long time ago. But I had doubling season. But I have doubling season, but I would love to get a foil. And it's been printed. I mean, I could say it's been printed 6 times, but like one of them is in. Some of them are in, like, Double Masters had 2 different versions of it, so technically it's been printed 5 times, but it's expensive. I mean, it's like a 70, at the time that I'm filming this, it's roughly like $70 or so. It's expensive. I would love to see it get a reprint. I only want one, you know? This next, it's actually cards next on my list, are cards that I have been waiting to see these being reprinted, and that is the Cycle of the Fetchlands that match, I believe it was Modern Horizons, not 2017, but the second Modern Horizons that came out in 2021. The reason I distinctly remember this when this came out or whatever is because Paul and I had actually gone on our honeymoon, and we had actually bought a play set, and we went to Disney. We went for 2 weeks, and we ended up like getting them all shipped. And I told our friend Trav, I was like, I promise we're not crazy people who always order magic cards like this. I was like, just happens that we got a playset. He's like, no, I'm just really jealous. Like, I think it's really cool that y'all have, you know, all these Fetchlands, but I've been waiting for this cycle of these to be reprinted, and I've been waiting every year to be like, when are we going to see this? And it just hasn't happened. So I would really, really love to see that that cycle of lands being printed. I think that would be really, really cool. So anyone else hoping for those? I think they have a really good chance of being printed. I just don't know when. Okay. The next thing. If I'm wrong about everything else, can I please be right about Mana Crypt? Please. I want to own a Mana Crypt so badly. Like, I want to own one so badly. And it's so funny because my playgroup has totally shifted, I would say, in terms of power level, where before I don't even think I needed a mana crypt. Not that I feel like I need a mana crypt, but I would love to own a mana crypt. It has been printed a couple of times, but the most recent time was, I believe, Double Masters. And I honestly would love to own, I love that art too. I would just love to own that art in foil, honestly. Like, I would love to own that. And so that is, like, I'm so high on that card. I really want it. The number one deck that I would love it in would be Angels. And then I feel like Reen could also really benefit from it too, because a lot of the CMC is a little bit higher. But yeah, I would love to own that. So I want to be right about that. Okay. This next card, I feel like I have a really good chance of being right, because when you think about commander staples, you have to think about Cyclonic Rift, right? Like, it's a commander staple, and I feel like it's expensive. I haven't checked the price, so let's check the price together. Now, I always get nervous because whenever I film videos, you know, it's whenever the card, you know, prices fluctuate so frequently, you know what I mean? So, depending on when you're watching this video, who knows? But yeah, I mean, it's like a $30 card, and it's such a great commander staple. Like, if this isn't a commander staple, like, I don't know what is. It's so incredibly, I feel like it's a great card that I could definitely see being printed in this. Like, of all the cards that I feel like I really could see Cyclonic Rift, and if it doesn't get a reprint, I will be pretty shocked. I'm really hoping for it. Okay, the next card is probably just for me, and I don't know if any of you will care, but if you don't, can you just, like, pretend with me for the next, like, you know, minute? Monologue Tax. Monologue Tax has only been printed in Commander 2021, and it doesn't exist in foil, and that truly is a travesty, and it needs to be rectified. And what better spot to print Monologue Tax as an easy rare? Or they could, like, downshift it to an uncommon. I feel like this is a great uncommon. Maybe it's a little bit too good to be an uncommon. Anyways, I don't care. I really enjoy Monologue Tax. I have it in Grand Arbiter, and I want one for, what's the deck? I want one for Marchesa as well. I feel like it fits. It's very cute. I really, really like this card a lot. I run this with Smothering Tithe. It's not a matter of one or the other. It's a matter of both. I would really like to see it. It's not expensive. It's a $4 or $5 card, but I want it in foil. You get what I'm saying? Come on. Give it to me. Give it to me. Okay. Let's chat about my friend Bojuka Bog. Okay. Listen. Bajukabog has been printed a ton, and you're gonna say to yourself, okay, Tracy, I know why you want this, because you want it in foil, and you would be right about that. And here's the reality of the situation, is this card has been printed so many times. And the thing about it is that it gets printed in these, like, for example, it got printed in Commander Legends, but the problem is it got printed in the Commander Legend Battlestar Baldur's Gate. The problem with that is it's not in foil. And so I believe, and I could be wrong about this, and you might just correct me, but World Wake foil, she's expensive. She's about $40. And then we have, let's see, Time Spiral Remastered. And that foil is $96. No, thank you. Would I love to own one for zombies? Yes. Will I anytime soon? No. But what is this? Magic the Gathering Commander, the Lord of the Rings, Tale of the Middle Earth. Oh, this is the Barrow Downs. Okay, so if that's the case, it probably won't get a reprint. I did not know that this existed. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have mentioned this. But I'm going to mention it anyway because I feel like sometimes Wizards does that where they print something and then they print it again. Also, it's different art and it's like a specialty thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, okay. Next up, Parallel Lives. Okay, hear me out on this. 2 times. 1 time, and then it's got, like, the Judge promo. And she's expensive. It's a good one. This, like, doubling season, these are, like, really, really great cards. You get what I'm saying? This is why I need to work at Wizards of the Coast, because I have great ideas. And if I worked at Wizards of the Coast, I would get your opinion, and I would get your input, and then I would reprint cards for you. Okay. That's my Tracy for Wizards of the Coast campaign. Will you follow along with me? Okay. The last card I want to talk in this video is Prismatic Vista, and I feel like this is a really good one. Like, a lot of times I'm like, okay, will anyone care if Monologue Talks gets a reprint? I probably, like, in that fan club by myself, but, like, people would care about Prismatic Vista, okay? I feel very confident about, along with the, what's the card that we talked about? Cyclonic Rift. I feel really confident this could get a reprint because it has been only in Modern Horizons. However, the Zendikar Rising Expedition, I don't know if I would really count that. as a thing. But anyways, this card is awesome. I would love to own this. I literally think I only own one version of this card, and that's because the foil is like 30 bucks, which is just, it's crazy. And it's so funny to me because I don't know if they were intending to print this as like a, oh, you can't buy Fetchlands, so we'll print you this, because it's not as good as a Fetchland in the sense because you only get a basic. But hear me out, is I'm gonna run Fetchlands with this, and it's also like 18 bucks, which I feel like is still kind of a little bit. Like, I feel like this card should be like 5. Anyways, guys, that is it for my thoughts about this upcoming set. Predictions, cards that I'm excited for, cards that I think have a good chance to be reprinted. I would really love to know what cards you think have a good chance of being reprinted. And, you know, I will very likely be filming a video when the set comes closer, talking about cards that are on my wish list, because I can already tell you there's going to be stuff that I want, and I'm going to be shocked if there's not. Because, for example, like that Jewel Lotus, I know already hands down is like a card that I would really like to see. So I will very likely be doing a set overview in the next month or so whenever the set comes out, so that we can chat about cards I'm excited about. So anyways, if you have any predictions, I would really like to know them in a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel if you're not already, and I'll catch you all in my next one.